Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'll be giving you all the best tips for the new Mega Draft game mode. Let's get into it. So straight away, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is look at your spells, specifically the small spells and big spells, and look at the best ones in the map. So right here, I'm looking, and I think the best spell is going to be Log. And you might be asking why not arrows instead of Log. It's because Log kills everything that arrows can kill on this board, because there's nothing like Firecracker or Archers. So Log is going to be a little bit better than arrows in my opinion, since it's also cheaper. It has the knockback. So yeah, he's going to pick up arrows, which is a good pick by him. And look at the big spells, because big spells are also really important. And there's only one, and it's Rocket. So most of the support troops like Electro Wizard and Furnace are going to get a lot of value. So I think I'm going to pick up the Furnace here right now, just because there's not really a good counter to it except maybe Executioner. But even then, I can choose like a Monk later on to counter it. And then also a really good pick in these game modes is definitely going to be Cycle cards. So I'm just definitely going to take up the Skeletons. Like most of your 1 Elixir cards except Heal Spirit, because Heal Spirit is like very deck subjective, are pretty good. So I'm going to just take the Skeletons. Also, a really important tip is to not pick your win condition early. He picked Miner. Miner's an exception to this rule because Miner can be played in mainly like any deck. But yeah, I don't like picking it up too early, just because, you know, it can be countered now. So I'm gonna actually take the Monk, I think, for the Xe. Yeah, I don't see a problem with the Monk pick right now. I think it could be pretty good. And then I think I'm gonna take maybe, this is kind of hard. I think I'm going to take an E-Wiz just to have it for like some resets, you know, and also it counters a lot of the good win conditions that I could take later on. So like Ram Rider or Battle Ram, if I want to take any of those, that would be really good, because now there's less resets. And you can pick Inferno Dragon to counter by Bug now. So yeah, this is a pretty good draft so far. Not the best, not the worst though. I think I might go Graveyard, to be honest, but because there's not many good graveyard counters, and if he does go like a Swarm card or something, I'll just go Goblin Curse, and I can counter like that. So yeah, think about things like that are very important. He's gonna go E-Giant, okay. I really don't like that pick by him. I'm gonna go Goblin Cage because I'm trying to make a graveyard deck, right? So you can pick complete hard counters to your opponent's deck, but also make sure your deck has some decent synergy, because it's not all about just countering your opponent's deck. If your deck has no synergy, you're obviously not gonna win. So yeah, I'm just gonna take the graveyard here, and then I think I'm gonna take Goblin Curse last card. Okay, he does take Dark Goblin. That's a pretty good card. And I think I'll take Goblin Curse just to make sure he doesn't pick a Swarm. This is just, the Goblin Curse isn't really a really good pick in my deck, but I'm satisfied with my deck, so this is just preventing him from going something that would completely hard counter my deck. Like, if he picks Scarby, I would lose if I didn't have Goblin Curse. So yeah, pretty good draft by me, and I'm wondering what he's going to pick last. Boss Bandit. Okay, that's a weird pick. But you know what? Not bad. Not the best, but also still not bad. I'm actually a really good Mega Draft player. My best World Tournament finish was in Mega Draft. I almost got a top 100 finish, but my game lagged out in the last 30 seconds, and I was up a tower too, so I'm pretty pissed off about that too. But, you know, it's whatever. We're just going to play this game mode. Hopefully I can get maybe a top 100 finish. Even though there's no badges for it, I'll still just get like a screenshot at the end of the season. So yeah, that'd be cool. Although I didn't see a date for when the season will end for this, so that's kind of weird. He's gonna go Boss Bandit, like Boss Bandit E-Giant first play. Yo, this game is not real. I probably should pop my Monk ability. That's a bit bad on my end, but hopefully this Goblin Cage can come up and just like... Okay, the Goblin Cage is just not gonna come up and do anything. So nothing going to target the Goblin Cage. Pretty bad start, but you know what? I'm not too worried. I'm pretty sure I can make a decent comeback, so... He's gonna go Cannon there. You always get one more shot on that. Nice. And now the Goblin Cage kills it without getting too much damage on it. 2 shots from the Goblin Brawler. Ooh, almost 3. So not bad, not bad. Not the best, obviously, but I'm pretty confident in our ability to come back. We'll just cycle Furnace here in the back. He doesn't have that many good counters to the Furnace, to be honest. His best counter is Xe, and it's not even in cycle. So we're gonna get a Fire Spirit on tower now because of that. Pretty good damage, I might go Monk the bridge here, depending on what he does. Yeah, I was worried he would go in with another E-Giant the bridge like he was doing earlier, but... So that's why I didn't want to go with anything crazy too soon. I'll just go Monk on top. I don't like that Miner by him. I don't know, it feels over-aggressive, but also at the same time, I feel like he might be able to get away with it. The E-Giant, now that I'm thinking about it, is pretty gun in his hand. But I'm going to go Graveyard here since we do have a pretty good counter punch. I'm going to pop the Monk ability instantly. Ah, dang it. I wish the Boss Bandit went onto the Monk instead of the Goblin Ball so that it could kill it. But this is still fine, though, because now the Graveyard's getting tanked for. It's going to get a lot of damage. This boss bandit's gonna be kind of annoying though. I have to cycle to a goblin cage like this. Ooh. Good dart by him. I'm just go like, I think he was up high like this. Please don't dash. No, it's gonna dash. Oh, boss bandit's so broken. Boss bandit's so broken. I need to cycle back to another. Oh, interesting. I decided I need to cycle back to another goblin cage. Oh, he's gonna go cannon like that. I actually kind of like that cannon by him, to be honest. It's pretty cool. Well, not pretty cool, but like, it's a pretty smart cannon in my opinion, but we'll see. I kind of don't want to defend this with the goblin cage, but I think I have to at the same time. I'm gonna just pop my monkey ability to stall out for a bit longer, and then, oh, they did not stall out for as long as I wanted. Get a thingy going down like this, get a monk down like that. Nice. He doesn't have a tornado in his deck, so this should be pretty easy to defend. I'll pop the monk ability like this, so that it defends the XC and the boss bandit. Not bad. Just get a log down like that. Maybe not the best log, because now I can go dark goblin with it. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying. I'll just get another goblin cage like this. Furnace down low. Yeah, this is getting kind of tight, but at the same time, I think I can still work this out. I'm gonna go Ewas up high to just kill that. Please, Ewas, don't die. Yes, nice. The Ewas is gonna help with the E-Giant now. So hopefully the E-Giant doesn't get to my tower. I think this is where I go in with the monk. Graveyard the bridge. Pop ability so the X reflects. Nice, beautiful reflection, and now the graveyard's going crazy on this tower. Oh, it did reset onto the, what's it? The graveyard instead of the monk, but you know what, that was a pretty good win. Really important to just stay calm and understand like how you're supposed to play a matchup. It can be kind of confusing sometimes, but look for your key card that they can't really defend. In that matchup, the best card for me was graveyard and Ewiz, because he can't kill the Ewiz, right? Unless something like gets to it, so the Ewiz just gets really good value resetting everything. Anyways, next game. In the next game here against, I'm not gonna read all that. Okay, also very important thing, what is better, first pick or second pick? And honestly, it really depends on the scenario, which one is better. Oh, also this board is really interesting. I think the best spell to go for here is Fireball, because we have 3 big spells, right, and 2 small spells, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm looking at Hyperbait right now. I think Hyperbait could be really broken right now, because there's only 1 small spell, and it's not even that good of a small spell. So I'm gonna just take the Rage. Oh wait, never mind. There's more small spells than I thought. I thought it was just Rage, but there's actually Zap, so I'm gonna just take Minions for now. If he wants to take something like an Executioner, I'm going to go with like Magic Archer, because it outrages it, because Magic Archer is looking really good on this board, because I took the Fireball now, so the only other spell that can kill it is Void. But a lot of people aren't smart enough to pick Void in this challenge. Void is actually a pretty good spell, especially if there's like not really good big spells available. He's gonna go Skeleton Barrel. Okay, not bad pick by him, but I'm gonna go Inferno Dragon to take out the Monk, because Inferno Dragon does well to Monk and Candy Cart. And then I'm gonna go E-Spirit, because it cycles and defends the Skeleton Barrel pretty well. It will be good in like my fast cycle deck, which is what I'm trying to go for. I could do multiple things. Okay, he's gonna go Goblin Curse and Zap. I don't like that pick by him. I'm actually gonna take the Suspicious. No, I think I'll take Wall Breakers. Yeah, I might go make a minor deck, to be honest. I'm gonna take Wall Breakers and Rage for Scarbies and the Skeleton Barrels, just in case he takes Scarby. Yeah, he actually does take Scarby here. He's making a Hyper-Beat deck himself, because he didn't want me to make it. Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't think it's that good of a play, but I might make a minor wall breaker deck with like a double air support shoot. That's sounding okay. He takes Eagle. This guy's just trolling. I'm gonna take the bomb tower here. I know he did take Monk, but I feel confident in my defenses against it still, so I'm not too worried about that. This is where the last pick is kind of iffy, because I couldn't just stick with the wall breakers, or I could go Knight. So okay, I'm gonna just pick Knight just to show that you don't have to pick a win condition in your decks if you're comfortable with your defense and you know your opponent can't get damage, because I have the big spell, right? I have the biggest spell that does the most damage, Fireball. He can't get damage unless unless I mess up on defense. So well, unless he uses Goblin Curse Zap spell cycle, but that's not really spell cycle, that's just small spells. So I'm gonna take the Fireball here, since my only main damage is Fireball and Wall Breakers, so it's fine to take Fireballs like that, especially when it's giving me decent value. I don't think does he have an air troop? He might not have an air troop. Wait, now that I think about it, he might actually not have an air troop. So I can freely cycle my Inferno Dragon, get a Knight down from this Cannon Cart, really bad Cannon Cart by him. And we might actually be able to get some more damage here, to be honest. I'm gonna go Bomb Tower. Yo, this guy is trolling. I'm gonna go Bomb Tower like this, and as you can see, my defense is so strong, he will never be able to break through at all. I will be shocked if he gets my tower underneath like 2,500 damage. And that's like pushing it. I don't even think he'll get there, to be honest. But as you can see, one of the wall breakers actually connected on the other lane. And I'm going minions with this Inferno Dragon just to like pressure a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Just get some good things going. Rage this up too. Ooh, really good rage, and oh my gosh, that's gonna be a lot of damage. As you can see, this is the strength of just having really strong support cards, because win conditions are win conditions mainly because that they're your main sources of damage, right? But in any matchup, a card can become a win condition if they don't have a counter to it. Just like how 3 Musketeers are win conditions in some matchups. Well, I think they are mainly a win condition, but 3 Musketeers can be like a primary win condition, especially in some matchups, because you don't have counters to it. So, but in this matchup, my primary win condition is actually the Inferno Dragon, since he doesn't have a good counter to it. And his only counter, I can counter with just a rage spell. And as you can see, the Inferno Dragon is really hard for him to stop. And I'm going to take the whole entire tower. I'm going to rage this up just to make sure. And yeah, it does take up the tower with the rage. So yeah, this is a really good game to show off that you don't always need a win condition. You just need strong cards that he can't counter, and that like he can't defend. Like I knew he couldn't defend the Inferno Dragon there, so I just decided to rage it and get really good value. And yeah, this game is basically over. I might just cut it, to be honest, because he's not going to break through. And I'll see y'all in the next game. In what's going to be the final game here, since Mega Draft games are kind of long, and I don't want to make it too long. My opponent's going to pick a knight here. That's interesting. First off, look at the spells. There are a lot of good spells here, so the best small spell here, though, is going to be arrows, since there's things like minion hordes and princess, which a snowball can't take out, but arrows can. So that's going to be really important, to be honest. And then I'm thinking I don't have to take... See, right now, there's so many good big spells on the board, I don't have to take a big spell. So I think I'm just going to take the miner instead, just for some consistent damage, to be honest. Actually, I'll take bomber. Why do I take bomber in this situation? Because I'm looking at some of the cards here, and I'm looking at things like Goblin Drill, wall breakers, and stuff. And bomber's a really cheap counter to that. It can get good value. And also, if I were to build a Goblin Drill deck now, I'm just going to take the counters. And that's a really important thing to do, is if you know your opponent's trying to take a win condition, or you're trying to take a win condition, take that win condition's counters. So as you can see right now, I'm taking like most of the counters to my win condition, which I think I'm going to go for drill with Dark Prince and bomber. And then I'm going to take fireball. I'm going to take fireball just because I think he might try and take like minion horde or something. And fireball's a bit better against bait since it's more instant. So yeah, I'll take that. He does take the Mega Knight, so now I'm not sure if I want to take the Goblin Drill still. I still can, but I don't have to. This is why you don't commit to a win condition instantly. He's going to take the... he's going to take the balloon. That's definitely a pick of all time. I'm going to take Zappies here. Why do I take Zappies? Because I took the Fireball, right? So it's hard to kill them. Poison does kill them, but it's not really as fast. And then I'm going to take the Mighty Miner here, because the Mighty Miner is really good against the Mega Knight. So now I have 2 solid Mega Knight counters, and I have a good counter to his win condition. And I still haven't picked my win condition yet, but it's going to be hard for him to counter it, because I can go with many things. I can go with the RG. I can still go with Drill. I could go Miner Wall Breakers. I have a lot on the table right now. And I'm thinking I go RG, since he doesn't have a really high DPS card. So I think I'm going to go Furnace, because Lightning doesn't do that well into Furnace, right? And then as my last pick, I think I'm going RG, unless he changes my mind by picking something. Yeah, Goblin Cage is a decent counter, but I think RG is still definitely the play here. And yeah, we have a pretty solid RG deck. Not your traditional RG deck, but he can't counter this well. And you're going to see, we're going to probably steamroll over this guy, just with like really good and consistent drafts. He picked his win condition too early, and he picked Mega Knight too early, which is way easier to counter. So yeah, not bad. He might Princess the Bridge with this. Okay, he doesn't. I'm going to go Bomber here just to defend the Ice Spirit. Bomber's also a really cheap cycle card that you can add to your deck if you don't know what to pick, because it doesn't really hurt you, and it's not going to like lose you the game or anything. I can arrows this Princess because he doesn't have any other spell in his deck. And I'm going to protect this, the Bomber, just because I just want to, just to have a better counter push. Because even if you were to go Mega Knight on all that stuff, I could just Mighty Miner and full counter it, so I'm not even worried about it. I think the balloon does get death damage, sadly. Yeah, but now we have some counter pushing Zappies, so they should put in a little bit of work. He's probably going to snowball it. No, he goes Ice Spirit. Mistimed it though, so the Zappies are not going to lock on tower. But they do get close. I'm going to go Furnace here, and then I think I can low-key get an RG down. Because I'm expecting him to Princess right now, right? To ship out the Furnace. But then once he does that, he would have Elixir for the Mega Knight. So, yeah, I think I get a free RG. Yeah, I'm going to go free RG the bridge here, and then I might arrows, I might not, depending on what he does next. I'm gonna go Mighty Miner the bridge just to DPS down this Mega Knight as fast as possible. He can't even get a good counter push from this just because he'll be dead already. And then I might arrows this princess now just because I don't want it chipping out my Mighty Miner so soon. So yeah, he has to go Goblin Cave, which isn't really a good counter to the Mighty Miner. I'm gonna go Dark Prince on it, and then maybe do I go Dark Prince? Yeah, I think I go Dark Prince on this. Get it to charge up to get some extra damage. Good Ice Spirit by him. That's going to be a little bit annoying because now it resets, but not that big of a problem since we do have the shield. And it still is going to apply a counter push. And then I Furnace on top of that, and then he gets in another bad cycle where he has to defend the Furnace. I really like Furnace in this game mode when they don't have a good spell against it, like Poison, because Furnace just always puts them in awkward cycles, making them forced to play cards or also get like sneaky chip damage throughout the game. And right here, you might think go RG in front of the Furnace, right? But I'm actually going to go RG opposite lane to bait out more Elixir so that the Furnace can get damage on the side that I'm actually playing. So yeah, he goes Mega Knight on that lane. I'm once again going to go Mighty Miner, and see, he didn't defend that very well. So I get damage on the opposite lane more than the other lane since he knew he had to respond to the Furnace, because if he didn't, he would take too much damage. I'm going to go Zappy's Fireball here just because I don't want to take too much damage, and the Mighty Miner's on tower. I'm going to go opposite lane real quick just so the knight doesn't DPS it down, and that's going to be tower down, I think. With arrows too, yeah, that's tower down. Nice, really good, really well played, really well drafted, as you can see. Furnace is really good in this game mode. Yeah. If you just want a card that you can pick randomly, or you don't know what to pick, Furnace is always a good option. Even when there's poison cards, or like poison on the board, you can just like pick poison bait, to be honest, like with others cards that die to poison, like Graveyard or something. But yeah, that's how you play Mega Draft. It's not too hard, you just gotta really focus. The biggest part is focus on spells. You don't have to instantly take spells, but if you see that there's a limited type of spell, like a limited small spell, and like there's a lot of bait cards, try and take those small spells. Or if there's a lot of support troops that die to big spells, pick those big spells. Anyways, that's it. Hope you all have a good one, and I'm going to be live streaming Saturday. I'll probably post it on my YouTube page, like with a little post thingy. So yeah, it's going to be like a 1v1 against me. If you beat me, you get my friend link, and I'm a pretty good player, so you know, having my friend link would be pretty cool, I guess, if y'all really care about that.